Oh yeah, I know you're sore.
So my arms are like.
Oh yeah.
Mike's is hot, y'all. Just let y'all know.
Oh, okay.
But y'all look good. Y'all can
Yeah,
continue.
2.5 hours of my ceiling this morning stripping.
Yeah, that's a job. That is.
I do like an hour and I take a long break because my shoulder's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I trained with my rotator cuffs last year, and so they get sore. So I took like a long break and then I'm back to it for an hour and a half. So
Don't they have like those compression things that you can kind of put on there that might like help it out a little bit?
my shoulder?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think of that. Now I'm half done.
Yeah.
Give us
Or
one
you just
second.
gotta get like.
Give us 1 second, y'all. Or
tape it to
a couple of
something.
seconds.
I'm like on a ladder.
You're right.
Standing.
Yeah, I used to paint. It's like
Check,
the
check,
walls.
check,
that's
check.
not because I'm kind of tall, but then I was like, when I get to doing
I'm in 3.
the ceiling, like,
Check, check,
Yeah.
check.
I hated doing the ceiling.
Hours and hours of
All right, all right.
I'd be like, let me just do the.
Dude, you about ready?
I'll do that. You guys do the ceiling. I'm ready.
What's up, y'all?
Ooh, shit. Hold on.
Good evening, all.
You guys waiting?
You good.
Hola.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Coming in hot.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Buenas
Oh, you
noches.
doing some friends on it. My new team is the Phillies. Anytime
Why?
you make the World Series, I'm a bandwagon.
Broncos fan now?
Broncos are not good.
Ooh,
Come on.
Broncos are terrible.
Yeah.
Is it Russell over
Yeah. You hating on
there?
Russell.
No, I'm not. I thought that was your guy.
Yeah, y'all are hating.
Russ.
Russ, I still rock with you.
Ain't no more in Russ we trust, huh?
I rock with Russ.
I'm a Seahawks fan, and he's not a Seahawk anymore.
So you mean you don't like him?
I don't dislike him, but my loyalty to the Seahawks
Overshadows Russell Wilson?
Okay, is he a Seahawk?
Hmm?
I didn't really like him when he was.
Is he a
I
Seahawk?
mean, around the time when he was leaving, then I was like, yeah, Russ is just.
You hating because he got
Well,
Sierra?
pedestrian.
Because you got he has Sierra.
He's doing the same thing down there.
I'm like, do what you gotta
Running
do.
around.
If you got to
Mm.
leave. But I'm a Seahawks fan, not a fan of that
Mm.
person. I mean,
I mean,
there are,
it's the system.
that's wrong. That's
The
wrong.
system
I-
helps.
I
Look what Gino
respect-
came in and did.
I
But let's not
respect his position.
hold on. And
Come on.
listen, I like Gino, but I follow football and I follow Gino. Nobody seen this coming. Not even Pete Carroll seen this coming. So, hey,
that's
props
why
to-
he picked him over Drew Lock.
No, stop.
Pete's a smart guy.
Here they go.
Stop.
He's like 69,
Stop.
70.
Stop.
Pretty old. Seen a lot.
What's up, y'all? Shop culture. Mariners are, I'm playing. I'm always a Mariner.
Who's such a? What are you wearing today? This
This
whose
is the
sweatshirt you done
workout fit.
stole? Is that what it says up there?
You said what?
It says, "This whose sweatshirt you done stole, Myron?"
Oh, call him out.
From work.
I got one of mine on today.
All right.
All right. All right.
Don't piss off old people.
Oh, well, we about to get it. We about to get it cracking.
See
What's
it
up,
there?
y'all? This is Shop Culture.
Don't piss off old people. The older we get, the less.
They're hearing. You guys hear us?
Yeah.
Make sure you guys. Make
Got
sure.
more yesterday.
Make sure you guys tag in. Hold up, guys.
Thank
Make sure you
you.
guys let us know. We ready to go?
You good?
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys, to another edition. You know what it is. Shop Culture. Live every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. You know who I'm joined by the
Good
lovely.
evening. It's Tama.
And then we got the man himself.
Nigris. What's up?
What's going on? What's going on? Good to have him in the
Nigris.
Yeah,
shop today.
And then we got, you know who that guy is,
That's Cole William.
the producer extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Nick Jones is here. Nick was a little heated today at y'all, some of y'all, but we gonna let him get it
Plenty of
cracking.
Kent.
Listen,
What's up, boy?
listen.
KB's in the building. KB was calling.
Oh
I
my
like
God,
the
we gotta have
I
Kenneth
gotta
in
get him
here,
on the
man.
show.
We gotta
We got
get him in
KB.
here.
You gotta come on.
Come on, Ken.
So,
Come on.
guys, today's show is we 2 days before the festive of Thanksgiving. Now, real quickly, what's the best holiday? What's your favorite or best holiday that you think? To me, I think it's Thanksgiving by far.
I say New Year's.
Okay,
That's a hard one. I don't know.
I've had some good New Year's.
I
Oof,
don't know.
Yeah.
I've had some
New
good
Year's.
long New Year's.
This is my favorite time of the year, the holiday season.
Yeah.
So, and then I've been getting into being more intentional about celebrating Kwanzaa. So, yeah, I'm definitely digging Kwanzaa.
We need to put some on Shopkulture about just the steps in Kwanzaa, because
Oh yeah.
one of the issues I think a lot of people have with celebrating Kwanzaa is that it's a lot of different ways of celebrating it, different steps. So it'd be nice to have more of a maybe official,
Right.
if that, of Kwanzaa. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's a group in Seattle that I don't know if they still do it. They used to do a Kwanzaa celebration every single night, and they'd go through the different principles of Kwanzaa.
Christmas and Thanksgiving.
And on the second night, which is Kujichagulia, they would have a naming ceremony, things like that, and then they give out watoto on the last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not watoto. It's a wadi. Sorry, it's a wadi as gifts to the kids, which are watoto. So we could look in to see if they're doing their thing tonight. Maybe have someone speak on that. I'll look into
I
it.
was trying to look into. Yes.
I'll get a hold of Preach and see if they're still doing it.
Okay. Okay. So, real quickly, guys, and today's show we're gonna do a little off the cuff, and we're gonna talk about some pressing items on your favorite platform, which is Shopkulture Live, of course. And so I asked a question today, and the question was, at first it was asked at everybody, but then I was very specific. I was asking, do women hold other women accountable?
Hold on, I got the post right here.
Huh? Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, that is from Doc. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in right now.
Okay.
Boom.
So hold on, Nick Jones is gonna. So real quickly, yeah, I want to just real quickly get back on the holidays. Thanksgiving by far, because I think it's a family oriented. Usually, the whole family. When you talk about New Year's, yeah, I think New Year's is more kind of adult oriented. So, but
Yeah, it's like I've been up here so long. All my family's back south, so I kind of, once you're around, nothing against my guys who families like adopted me or whatever.
mm-hmm.
It's not
the same. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I can see that.
you kind of, after a while, you kind of get turned off from it, and then you just kind of like,
Get numb to it.
I'm gonna just chill this year.
Oh
So
man,
yeah, New Year's, yeah.
Mic up a little bit closer.
yeah.
The mic, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
there you go.
all right.
Yeah, man, I've had, like I said, just man, the last few years been good. But anyways, so can you put on what I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me see here. I said, first of all, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
I said I love this group, but sometimes y'all make it hard. Don't we all have a responsibility to call BS out? That means no matter gender, race, or religion, etc. And then period. Women, do you hold each other accountable, and vice versa with men? I'm asking on a serious note. How do we expect to be a better version of ourselves if we turn a blind eye to BS behavior? Myron, start it off. What's your thoughts? Initial thoughts.
I mean, it's like you always hear for things to get better, we got to do this, we got to do that. But it's like a lot of the times people say that they're more Facebook activists than actually putting in the work. And so with that said, it's like, if you're going to, like you said, just keep it fair, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to hold men accountable, but also do it with women too. So it's got to be a two-way street.
It's got to be a two-way street. Nick Jones, thoughts?
Yeah, man, I said everything that I had to say about it today in my long ass post, but it was a long ass post that was necessary. Me personally, it's entertainment, because I be forgetting that folks in this group is like 3 times old enough to be my grandparents, and I be seeing folks in there acting like they're in 8th grade, 9th grade. It's like children. It's funny to a degree, but then it's just like it's not even cool anymore. It's just a whole concoction of immature.
Like, oh, you're serious,
right? Like you're dead ass serious. Like pointing the finger, like you're calling us bitter, but my thing is, don't throw the rock and then hide your hand. That's my thing, and I see a lot of women in the group doing that. They'll sit up, like I said in the post. They'll laugh, react. They'll egg on the whole the fuckery of it all as it pertains to one of the what do you call them? The feline fraternity?
Yeah, feline fraternity.
One of them, because
I gotta ask, but I want you to finish. And then we'll ask him.
It's usually one of them, or just it's usually one of them, or a chick in general that'll come out and say some sideways slick shit in regards to men, and at times even it's unprovoked. It'll just be something random. It's not even them clapping back at somebody, which again, to a degree, I could understand that, clapping back, roasting, or whatever you want to call it. But when you're just throwing up random posts talking about homosexuals, or you're whatever it is, whatever type of time they be on, to where they enables them to play victim, which they do a lot in that group. It's just it becomes irritating, and that's why I'm always Barry. He says different, but Barry's his own man, and me, I'm me. I will be the first one to tell you, you can get the fuck on somewhere with that. Go create your own space. Go create your own group. Go be amongst your own, and talk about what warms your heart, or what gets you through the day, or what you agree with. But you're in a space that was created for men. A lot of the content is not geared towards and won't be for women. And I think a lot of them have a hard time understanding that. We've said this time and time and time again, but they pick and choose to pay attention to what they want to pay attention to, and want to act lost or act wondrous or act like they just don't know what's going on, when myself or Myron or Ken or B, whenever he chimes it, like, it gets annoying after a fact. It is annoying. Okay. It's very annoying.
Okay. Real quickly, and I will say this: even though this is what I consider a safe space for men, we're still not going to put up with disrespectful or abusive behavior. And I think for the most part, Ken, or my boy over there, he's made it very clear. I've talked over numerous times about when we see certain things, we call it out. I just don't want us to kind of leave the point of the whole thing was the accountability part. And do we see that? So have expectations of that men to do this, but then women are not doing it, but then want to call out men. I don't know. That's where I think the disconnect stems from. And so what can we do possibly to bridge that and do a better job? But T, won't you give us your take?
I think.
Wait, hold on. Let's I want to
yeah. Byron's ready.
I was gonna let him too. Go ahead, talk.
Let's get T. I'm sorry. Yeah.
As far as respect goes, it's like I'm, as you know, I'm very much a live and let live type of person, and if it doesn't affect you, why are you really worrying about it? Be respectful to people, and I've always lived with the thought that this one train of thought that if a problem exists, there's no neutral. You're either contributing to the problem or trying to solve the problem. So, there is no neutral, right? Neutral is contributing to the problem. So if we all just would respect people, right? Just be respectful. No name calling, things like that. That's so childish. So childish. So I missed a lot of the drama from today. I need to start reading more of these posts, but I saw your original, but I didn't read through the comments. So I think I missed a whole bunch of whatever happened. Like Nick said he had a long post, which I did not see.
Okay.
I was working on my ceiling today.
Well, you got it. Yeah. All right. What you? No, say what you.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You lost your train of thought.
Sorry.
I guess what always tends to happen, and Mark, can you put this back on? Because I want to talk about that. And the important, I think, aspect of what he just said there is women can chime in, but don't try to hijack this platform. And I think that the reason why us men had to create a space like this was because a lot of platforms were getting hijacked. Men weren't feeling comfortable enough to really.
A lot of them didn't have a platform to begin with.
And that's one of the reasons why I was like, okay, we're going to talk about stuff that actually we talk about in the barbershop. And some of it is off the cuff, some is off color, but it should be okay when we all understand that it's not coming from a place of hatred or disrespect, but transparency, which I would seem to me that a lot of people ask for.
I mean, there's so much to say, but I think we this is like maybe the 10th time we didn't address this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tiresome. The thing today, somebody had said that, when does the men hold other men accountable? Because I just don't see it. And I wanted to respond to that, but I just didn't have it in me to do so because I wasn't about to go back and forth with this lady. I have receipts of individuals that I personally got at via DMs, in the comment section, where you can see people know at this point that if I'm chiming in, I'm chiming in to try to boot somebody out the group, because I'm seeing the disrespect. I'm seeing when the guy is taking it too far. What's her name? Trina. I don't think she's in the group anymore. I haven't seen her really, active. I think that's her name. She had a dude, this brother, that was bouncing from post to post, following her around, intentionally berating her and harassing her. And then I checked him right then and there for everybody to see. Then I got at him personally. Then I booted him from the group and blocked him. I've done this several times. There was a guy that was in the group. I didn't know who he was. He seemed like a cool cat to me, but one of our associates that's on the show, she came and confided in us and was like, "This is what I've been going through with this dude." B, I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you know what? Got him up out the group. I had a personal conversation with him, and me and him personally having a conversation, because he wanted to know what the situation was and why, and then that just became something totally different. But
we had one last night. Somebody talked about somebody's looks and deleted that post, and
right,
and it's constant motion on what we have done. But again, we're taking away from what we were saying initially. What that post is the accountability part, and do women hold other women accountable? And that's what the question is.
No, I don't think that they do.
That's what I wanted to hear an answer to.
I mean, there are some, but not all.
And when
there's a small faction, yeah.
And when you do have one that does, the rest of them,
she's a pick me.
They get on her.
And I would encourage, and we have that proof of that particular conversation, and see what the conversation was like. She said her opinion, the other women said their opinion, and they kept on attacking the young lady who stood on her 2 feet. I liked it. She was like, "Yeah, this is
right."
But I'm like, well, just because somebody has a difference of opinion, so what? Move on.
And you can't make it about, oh, she's a white girl, that's why y'all already know me. I will.
It doesn't matter. I don't do the whole.
Don't do that. I don't do the peddlers. I can't even say the word. I don't do the pedalizing of white folks, white men, white women. I don't do that. So there was a chick that was in the group who, I think, Kenneth, if you're still watching, he may remember who this is. She was calling him boy. She called him. She was just being.
I think I remember. I remember that.
Yeah,
and it was disrespectful.
It was very disrespectful,
and we made it very clear.
I got her the fuck up out of there. Didn't say nothing.
Everybody crazy though.
Yeah, she was talking to everybody. But the point of the matter is, so we have seen it and done it, and it wasn't just me or Nick on that one. There was several other people that called that out.
Right.
I had a situation. We were on the show, and we had a guest who kept on calling me out a name, and I was just like, when women didn't say nothing about it, it was all right.
I got you, Melissa. I know you Filipina. I'm just saying, like, because that's the first thing that I know that they would go to. It's an obvious tactic in their playbook to do, in some of their playbooks, to do that. So that's the only reason why I said that. But just letting you know.
But for now on, I definitely will start keeping receipts since we got to show.
Right.
So I will make sure that it will be public knowledge and information about when something is being called upon. But just like I'm doing it, I'm going to hold everybody else to that same.
As I'm willing to bet that we can pull receipts on God, and not just me and Barry, but like other guys in the group holding when Doc makes his posts, there be guys on there going at him, not agreeing with what he's saying or calling him out on what it is whatever his thought process is like.
But what does it matter? Because he says something that gets so bothered. If you don't like it, cool, just keep it moving, or respond, but to take it as personal is just crazy.
Right.
It
What I'm
shouldn't be
saying,
personal.
what
Huh?
I, what I,
Shouldn't be personal. It
It
shouldn't be
just
personal
always
attacks.
seems
Right.
That's
be
not
very personal.
That's so childish.
I'm just
They
saying, like, because
personalize a lot of things.
there seems to be
That's what it
this
is.
deal where they think they, as in a lot of the women in the group, they think that whenever a guy says something that we all are just in an ultimate agreement. We all just agree
No,
with what he's
we
saying.
not.
And that's
Right.
what my example was per Doc's post. You'll have guys that be like, what are you talking about? Like, nah, that's not it. And here's my thoughts as to why, you know. Or you'll have there was a cat in the group. He just recently came back into the group after leaving because he had posted up a chick of this sister or whatever, and he was like making ridiculous remarks about her, you know, just her facial structure and whatnot. Folks got at him about that, men and women, and shit got hot. He dipped out, and he waited for like, I don't know, 6 months or whatever. He just you know, recently got back into the group.
Resurface.
You know what I'm saying? Resurface. There you go. So it's just like, I'm willing to bet that we can pull more receipts of us being the men holding other men accountable than you'd be able to do so with the women holding other women accountable.
And I don't want it to come like, oh, you men are crying. Nobody's crying about it. I could care less. I'm gonna stand on my two, so I can get damn with it or not.
Right.
But I just want to hear it from women.
What's
Are
poppin'?
you doing the same thing? And that's what I'm coming to see is like, it's not the same on that. It's not. And so if you disagree, don't hit them on a personalized
Oh
DM.
yes, that's right, Kenneth. It was Alicia. Yep.
What?
The girl that
What was
I
her
was
last
talking
name?
about.
Yeah, I don't believe.
I've disagreed with women in the group. I mean, there are times I've disagreed, and I tell them respectfully that I don't agree with them, and that's the whole thing. And that's the whole thing. If you disagree with someone, that's okay. We all are going to disagree at some point in time, but disagree with respect.
But that goes both
Yeah.
ways, and that
Yes.
goes with everything. And
Exactly.
that's what we encourage,
Right.
even
Respect.
brother to brother. You know, I'm not gonna say a couple of the brothers' names. They know. I've talked to them. Been very, hey, this is, you know, what you said was out of line, or I felt like it was wrong. This is why, and I've done that.
Oh, we know who that is, Ken. We know who said that.
What?
Whoa.
She's part of the double F. Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
and then nobody's chimed in on that. Nobody
Yeah, and
said
that was
anything about it.
that was
So-
a weird
That
flex
is
too.
that's kind of crazy.
But then
That
we
was a-
want
it was a
then we
weird-
want to
That's
hold
all, like I
men.
said, that
But then
doesn't
we
make
want to
sense.
hold
That's
men.
kind of insane.
But then we want to hold men to be accountable. That way we get
Yeah.
I mean, if you disagree,
Oh, there you go. She watching. She knows
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
So we all, my thing, if we have the expectations for men, why can't we have the same expectations for women? We're supposed to be equal.
No, they want it to be. They
Well,
think that we're equal. We just had a post about that.
So
we were
why
just going
can't
on a post about
So
that.
then why can't we have the same accountability then? And so that's what that came from. And it came, you know, and it was even a brother that said my post was disrespectful to women. Cool. I didn't get all mad and get all out of place. And
But that
it's whatever.
I had to get out of there because I was
Well,
like,
that's
what the hell?
fine.
This shit
But-
is wild. That was wild.
But and that's fine. It's a difference of opinion. I'm
But-
always willing
right,
to listen and
you're
hear it
right.
and cool.
This
I
is
might
opinion.
accept it, might not. If it's something that I can change maybe later on. But that's what part of growth for me is. What's a part of your guys' growth? Are we just allowing everything and then get mad at the group? Because it's always the group's fault. Bad behavior is always the group.
No.
Either we always encourage bad
AKA
behavior.
the men's fault.
Well, yeah, but it's always a group. It's always group this, group allowing that, group allowing
That's what
this.
they mean when they say
And
that.
so
I
that's
have,
what it
I have
is.
a question because I don't know what this answer is. It's like men and women in the group. What's the ratio about how many people? But what percent are men versus women in this group? Are there a lot of women in the group? So is it basically
I had
this?
to look at the analytics. I've always been of thought that it's more so men in the group than women. I could be wrong though. Is that what you're asking? Like,
I'm asking, are there a lot of women in the group, and so there's a small percentage of them are making these kinds of remarks, or are there a small number of women, and that small number of women is making remarks?
it's usually, from what I've seen, what I like to call the usual suspects. So it's usually just the same batch of women that make these
It's like
remarks.
maybe 4 or 5,
Like a handful.
and I'm wondering
of them.
out of how many of those. What I'm wondering, what's the percentage of women who are?
Now, who's going to like?
I think about things like that. I think about percentages and ratios. That'd be interesting to know. It's like what percentage of women are vocal and not being held accountable.
nobody
It depends on
There's
on the
nobody
topic. Really? So
So
you say like the
when it's like 1% of the
Yeah.
women, or is it
main hot
you
topics
know?
like child support, then sometimes accountability. We talked about that before, and those have been like super long posts with just a
Very true,
million
William.
comments.
Child support. I've known. I can go back and pull it up. Men have called out other men quite
Yeah.
frequently on that.
Yes,
For
I
being
agree.
like, yeah,
They
you
do.
ain't doing your portion of
And
it.
it's like-
you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's still, you I don't know. It's just it's wild.
And then the women who kind of go against the grain, then they get called pick me's. Those are kind of hot takes.
If you're not in agreement with the usual suspects or what, like the feline fraternity,
Yeah.
as Kenneth has affectionately named them, they all have
Right, yeah.
affectionately called them, then they're on your ass. I've seen
Yeah.
this. I see it all the time. They are on
Yeah,
your
they
ass. You're a
tag
pick
each other
me. You're
and-
a.
yeah.
You're
Can-
everything.
Can we go to Melissa's up there? Because she actually had nobody.
I threw it up there. I just
Oh,
didn't
can
read
somebody read it? Cause
Melissa says they seem to think because I say things out loud to them regarding their bullshit that I'm dismissive of men doing things that they shouldn't be doing. But I don't need to add to the overly abused, redundant commentary that occurs daily about men.
and
Correct.
it's quite. Let's be honest. It's not just this platform. It's a lot that, especially black men. We constantly are getting it thrown at us about either who we date, dating white women, or you know what I'm saying, or not taking care of children, and not. It's always a negative connotation in a lot of things.
We're a monolith to them. We're all the same. They look at Myron, they see me. They see me, they see me. We're all one in the same gang,
Right.
as far as they're concerned. So
Most of the time it'd be good debates, but then it's like it'll be like, okay, we have two different point of views, and then it's like they'll attack your intelligence, or they'll like damn near try to sex play you, like, oh well, or like you hate your mom or you hate
she's
women
still here.
and stuff like that. So
I
it's just
think
like,
she's talking about
Yeah.
Melissa, not to cut you off, Myron.
oh yeah, I told you I seen it earlier.
But I've already, even with that situation,
We've already addressed
and
this.
we
Like,
addressed it.
up
But
and down.
I'll keep on addressing the same thing.
She said-
How that was brought up wasn't nobody else but this person. that
was on
that
you. That was on
and,
you.
And come on now, the post is up there. You can see the post for yourself. So, then even when I said it's like, hey, I said something personal, telling the young man, hey, no, that's not cool. Then it's like I didn't personally say it, so it's always going to move the goalposts even farther out. So
They're just
it's
if it's
a
not
redundancy
Mhm.
that it's played. So
it's not done in
cool.
the way that they want you to do it, then you didn't do it.
Oh.
Even though plain as day, you see that
Right.
this man was addressed. The situation was addressed at least.
Right.
And it was a lot of bullying on that young. I believe it was Melissa's her name. I'm
Melissa,
sorry,
yeah.
Melissa.
I mean, even before that post, I believe they were like going back and
it
forth
was.
with
It was.
each other
Yeah,
before it got to that
Melissa ain't
post.
gonna back down. Melissa ain't gonna back down.
And good for her. I mean, and it could have been a healthy debate. It could have been healthy dialogue and nobody would have said nothing about it. But when race was brought in, it changed the whole dynamic of it.
Right.
And let's be honest and look at the post. And it was a race
I'm telling you,
triggered word on there. And
Mhm.
even if it wasn't the intent, there's nothing wrong with going back and apologize. Hey, hey, I didn't mean that, or saying something, but it never was even said. So that's the reason why. And we also know, and we can honestly say that if it was reversed and somebody said that about some sisters in here, that would have been the same.
DEFCON 4.
That would have been
So that's
battle royale.
Yeah. I know.
Royal Rumble.
Even when just like you were talking about the one lady that said it's calling Cam Boy or whatever.
Yeah.
They went like she was catching it from everywhere until she got up out the group. So that shows you right there.
It's not the group's fault.
Right, but she deserved to catch them both.
Oh yeah.
That white girl deserved it.
You calling another grown man boy?
No, that's never okay.
We don't. No.
Right.
No.
No, we're not going to do that. Just like I would have said if a man is calling a woman out her name or saying to be,
we know you in 3D,
right?
Or girl.
Don't
call me a girl. Definitely not
3D.
Yes.
Like I said, we in here. I don't even get into the whole like submission talk or what's another hot topic. I don't get into all of that. Y'all see, I'm I'm a big ass kid. I post funny shit. I try to
Right.
break the monotony with just like posting comedic banter, and I go in on everybody: black men, white women, black women. I go on everybody. Nobody is exempt. Nobody is exempt from a joke. Nobody. I don't care how you feel, and I just call it like I see it. But like it's the roasting and the joking is one thing, but then when you start getting personal, and then when you're consistent with being personal and trying to like, you know, get a rise out of somebody or get a rise out of the group, and then motherfuckers come for you, and don't act surprised. Again, don't throw the rock and then hide your hand. Don't do that, because now you're about to get this work. You about to get this smoke. And and I've found that with some of the women in there, they get said smoke and it gets too hot, and then they want to come and DM Barry, or they want to jump in my DMs, or they want to, you know, make a wild ass post, and it's just like, ma'am.
Yeah,
I gotta post more. Let me touch some stuff.
It's hard to be. It's
That's
yes.
true. That's true.
What's up, Chris? And Chris with a very good. Let's see here.
Aesthetics. We don't care about our opinion.
Well, I can.
Yet you're still. Yet you're still here. Yet you're still here.
I can't agree with that.
Here's a woman that's saying that.
I mean, we've had some discussions that you know a little hot sometimes, but there's nothing wrong with a good back and forth. And I think that it's healthy to have both points of view as long as you're respectful. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not going to stroke anybody's ego. No one needs to stroke mine. So.
Yeah, and you absolutely can be here. Yes, but we can have dialogue, constructive.
Yes, you are you're a part of the problem.
Hold on, we can have dialogue, discussing. But when you're gonna make a blanket statement, right, without really no facts to back that up, because there's not really no facts to back that up, because we've had many of discussions with young ladies on this platform that were very productive, and that's what I'm talking about. It's the blanket statements of things. It's a perfect example.
That's true.
And then here's another lady that's saying, basically reiterating that, say the same thing I'm saying to you. You know, then what she said on there? I can't.
You talking about Melissa?
Yes.
I think she was responding to Genesis with this one. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Melissa, but she says you don't get to start shit and then need assistance. That's bullshit. Stop looking for someone to defend your nonsense and be accountable. Most of these broads are too busy complaining, but they cause their own problem.
Facts. Yeah, they be sitting up there high-fiving each other or tagging each other or want to put something, then they'll laugh at him. I know, girl. And it's like, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and we, and my thing is,
Doc, I hear you on that, but they not listening to nothing you be saying either. Even with this, they don't care.
That would be very nice if we could do that.
I agree.
It was like that for a while, but then they just started attacking them. How are you gonna tell women how to be women? You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff.
It's. And I asked that question too because he's not a
see?
woman.
I mean, last week she did. Last week
I did.
So
I would never tell you how to be a man because I'm not a man. I'm a penis. I'm a dick. So I'm not gonna tell you how to be a man.
But I don't. Again,
so women can tell women about being a woman because they're women.
I agree with that.
We have the same experiences.
I agree.
I don't have a dick. I can't tell a man how to be a man.
That's true.
That's true too. But when a man is telling you from his perspective too, I think that should be able to give you some insight that he's not trying to say from a woman's point. He's just saying from a male's perspective, a male's point of view on
from his perspective.
I think what Doc got to stop.
And there are some men who agree with him. But unless you've met every man in the world, you don't speak for all men.
It's how Doc.
It's the way he puts it.
Because he'll go, ladies, and then he'll just go to his. I'm like,
but guys, he's making an introduction,
like a generalization.
But
it feels like a generalization. Is that what it feels like? It feels like a generalization.
Okay, then I'll
encourage Doc.
Hold on, then have him reword. I guarantee it's going to be the same.
And no, hold on.
Be the same
because
thing.
He did do a post that said
they agree with
that he did do a post that addressed that it wasn't all women. I went on there and commented, "Thank you for specifying you didn't mean all women."
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, because I will give credit where credit's due, right? And if you say, okay, some of the women out here, most whatever, and you're not saying all, I will give you credit for that. You didn't generalize because generalization can be crazy.
Tama, Doc says I can say what a man wants in a woman.
You can say what you want in a woman.
Well,
You can't speak for every man unless you've met every man and talked to every man.
But I would bet, but I would say that a lot of men agree
And there are
would agree with what majority of men would agree.
No
with.
matter what the thing is, here's the thing. No matter what you say,
I don't agree with everything, but I agree with a lot. Some of the stuff he says,
yeah,
I
most
can.
of the stuff he says.
Can I? Thank you. So the thing is, no matter what you say, there will be men who agree with it. So if you say this, there are going to be some men who agree with it. If you say this, some men are going to agree with this. If you say this, men will agree with it. So no matter what you say, there are going to be some men who agree with it. So he speaks for those men who agree with him, but not all men agree with him. Because there are different points of view and different likes and dislikes.
Okay.
Oh.
Tell him, sis.
Kenneth says, hashtag feel my flow supporter.
Yeah.
Can't always be certain, man.
I like it.
Tell me we need this man on the show stat.
Yes. But I mean, again.
Oh.
Wait.
She says, how many of you women know what it's like to have a man in your life that don't question your intentions or your word?
Oh,
that's Melissa's question to the ladies, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Melissa, but I think that's what she's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone's.
Leave that one alone.
Well, I'm happily single, so
Curtains.
it doesn't apply to me.
As in, like, we don't have understanding.
So is that the other thing? Can we also say that, because it was brought up in the group that men, I don't know what, diss women for being single type of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, the whole
we're
bitter
upset. We're upset that
making
these
them seem
women
like
are
they're
single. We're mad at you because you're happily single.
I don't give a damn whether or not.
But there used to be a time, think back, that if women weren't married by the time they were 20, they were spinsters, right?
Yeah, but you think most men really care these
days?
days?
I'm not saying that most men think like that. But the thing is, society has for a long time raised women that the goal is grow up, get married, have babies. And there are still some men who think that way. I've met men who will not, like for politics example, will not vote for a woman because women shouldn't be in charge of anything. I've met men. I mean, I was raised Catholic. In the Catholic Church, women can't be priests. I'm not Catholic anymore. So, I mean, there are a lot of places where women are not looked upon as being able or worthy of being in some of these positions. And so if you don't have a man, and again, remember I talked about this before, it's like if a woman tells a man, I don't want to go out with you, he may ignore what she says. If she says I have a boyfriend or husband, he'll respect the man she's with and leave her alone. He won't respect her and her right to say no, I don't want to go out with you, but she'll respect the man she's with.
Okay.
But a lot of women have experienced that.
I mean, I hear your point. I guess.
No, I'm not Catholic anymore.
Oh,
so
I'm not religious.
But I guess the other point would be when you want to actually ask men, do they really care about whether or not you're single? I mean, I just don't. I was going to
say the same thing.
I'm trying to tell it from a man's perspective.
Not all men care.
I was going to say.
I think a lot of. I'm telling you,
I don't think most men think like that.
Most men do not. I'm trying to explain that. So when you say that, men, you say it as a put down. I'm telling you, no, because we don't really care whether. I mean, to be honest with you.
I mean, you can't really put down a woman
for being
if like say a man approaches a woman and then the only time he's worried about her being single is if he's trying to get at her or something like that.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? Other than that, it's not like he's gonna be at home thinking like, man, I can't believe she's dating that dude. You know, unless he's just a hater or something like that.
I think another example, not to cut you off, OG, is when you have women out here constantly from the highest of mountaintops talking about how there ain't no good men out here or niggas ain't shit and all that, all of that redundant banter that they like to do. And then when you, especially if you know this chick personally, I know why you single.
Yeah, you're so happy.
You have a lot going on that you, in your heart of hearts, think that's nipped in the bud. You think that you're all good and everything is perfect, and you don't have any issues that you need to untangle and get through. Okay. And so you go out here and you tearing shit up in your path, everything in your pathway, and then you're expectant of things, and you think people should just like, just. I don't know. Cater to you. And it's just like, ma'am, you are highly delusional, and I'm your peoples, and I'm telling you that before you get out here and start looking crazy in front of all these other niggas that's gonna get at you they might do you a disservice,
Right.
you know, a great disservice.
I know some
So-
amazing single men. I mean, amazing. So I mean, there are some really wonderful. I mean, I haven't met every man in the world. Okay, I do know some really amazing single men.
Yeah, and let's just like I know a lot of amazing single women, and they choose to be, and that's fine. I just never thought it was a put down. That, you know, so
Melissa says, "Oh, go ahead, finish your thought."
no, go ahead.
Melissa says, "You women that are the perpetrators of the nonsense on a daily basis don't get respect. Not because you're black, and not because you're black, and don't defend or support you. Oh, not because you're black or because black men don't defend or support you. It's because y'all are ignorant as fuck." I think that's what she was trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we got your point, Melissa.
Not because you're
I
black
just
and black
don't
men
go.
don't.
I'm just not with that type of.
I'm
know
with
what I
you.
mean?
Yeah, because it gets to a point that
calling someone ignorant to me is not productive or
I,
constructive.
okay.
It's possible to have a discussion and an disagreement without telling someone they're ignorant.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yep.
That's right. Will, that's exactly what it is. They want attention. That's why I think a lot of them are still in this group doing the same shit that they do day in and day out because they want attention.
Oh,
Like y'all can go and create your own spaces and do whatever it is
on
that
their
y'all
pages
do.
too.
Yeah.
But they're not
take it
getting
from the group to their
but
page,
they're not
but
getting
yeah.
traction on
Yeah.
their page like the traction that they get
That's
in
what
the
they get
group.
the people that subscribe to it.
Right.
You know, sending little homegirls
Right.
and then the ones in the group, then they'll come back and be like, "Yeah, girl, there it is. Here it is. The post use this. Yeah.
What's good,
Sweet.
Swint? What's good, man?
Big
What's
Swing.
up, brother? How
What's
you
up,
doing,
bro?
man? What's up, partner?
I didn't even know he was in here.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Another popular lady in this group told me to, quote, take on the burden, end quote, of the lady I was talking to in the group. What?
I don't know what that even means.
Yeah, you got to elaborate.
What does that
Yeah, I would
mean?
like to hear that.
Take on the burden.
Because I think that's an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all gang up like you support each other. Sad part is, y'all.
Facts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say nothing.
Yeah.
I know ever.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you.
Big Swing.
I would keep to hear from a few independent, happily single women. Can you be happily interdependent when you find a mate?
That's a damn good question.
Yeah.
Because tell you what, I just gotta ask.
I knew you were gonna ask me that.
I gotta ask.
That's a damn good one.
So I was talking to this guy, just conversation about what we like in the person we're involved with.
Okay.
And so far, we're very much on the same wavelength, same thought processes about how relationship works and mutual respect and treating each other, things like that. So, and how it's not usually 50-50, that it could be 60-40, 70-30, going back and forth like a seesaw. And we're both in agreement on that. And we discussed was what I told him is that if I'm with someone and my thought is if I'm working, if my focus is making sure that the man I'm with feels loved, appreciated, wanted, respected, and heard, and if his goal is the same thing, then we'll have a great relationship because we're both working towards the other person's happiness versus working for happiness of self. And that's how I look at it. And that's how I operate. If I'm with somebody, I'm gonna do what I can to make sure I have. If I'm out somewhere, like, I think he might like this. I'm not gonna ask him to take me something. I've never asked a man to buy me a present ever. If they want to give me a present, they'll get me a present. And like if I'm with a man, I see something I think he's gonna like, I'm gonna get it for him. I'm not gonna say, hey, do you want it? I'm gonna get it for him, because that's just it's give and take, and looking out for the person you're with, not looking out for what's in it for me.
Yeah,
and that's just how I operate.
Yeah,
I think dating is probably kind of
yeah.
turned into that. What can I get out of the experience, rather than
what I put into it.
I can put into the experience.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of them just expect it.
It's an
like
expectation level, and
exactly.
it's crazy.
It's like, how do you just expect it and you put in no work?
No work, but the expectation
you're supposed to just know, like
you're supposed to just know. Yeah.
Oh, I knew that. So,
yep.
Yeah. Back when I was married, I called my ex-mother-in-law and said, "How do you fix this dish that my ex-husband liked?" Asked how to make it. I cooked it for him and drove it to work for him for work.
There you go.
I took it for lunch at work because I knew he'd appreciate it. It's like little things like that,
Yeah.
Kenneth
So-
says the burden was lack of communication, no drive to improve herself, obsession with Facebook, and bad behavior women.
Yeah. Some of those women, this is it for them. A lot of this is kind of their life. They're at work, they're on here talking crazy and stuff, and then they're sitting at home with their respective cats or whatever they got. You know what I'm saying?
Close
So,
saying the same thing or doing the same thing. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, Melissa, I can understand.
Absent-minded. I would say absent-minded.
I can say that I don't have a problem with the word ignorant, saying someone displaying ignorance, but saying someone is ignorant as fuck, that to me is an insult. And I don't
Yep.
believe that insulting someone is productive and is
Yeah.
supportive of communication.
I disagree
with
with
you.
that, but yeah,
I
it is
agree.
what
I
it
too
is.
agree with you on that. Because then it's going to just keep
Right.
back and forth.
Exactly.
You're doing the same thing.
It starts
that you're
ping ponging,
calling
and
out.
it's like you insulted me, I'm gonna insult you, then and this goes back
Yeah.
and forth,
Yeah.
and then it builds, and it just
Discuss.
It is-
yeah,
Discuss.
I'll let some stuff
Respectful
go, but I don't
discussion.
forget. So it's just
Yeah.
like
Right.
that
That's
one day
true.
you sit there, I would just come out and just zing. Hey, where'd that come from?
Oh, you remember this?
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you gonna let them take care of you, service your car, take the garbage out,
Oh,
cook?
Lord.
Can you be
Ooh.
strong
Trigger
and
word.
submissive?
Ooh.
Submissive.
wait.
See?
Can he cook? Because he can cook.
Mm.
No, more than likely I'm the one doing the car because I'm probably the one servicing the car. I'm probably the mechanic in the relationship.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Good old
All
Doc.
right, I remember that.
Submit.
Well, guys, remember, guys, thank you for tuning in. Shop Culture.
Yeah. Y'all just, like I said in my post, man, y'all gotta be better men, be better women. The childish shit has got to stop.
Be adults.
It's okay to disagree. You don't have to name call or insult
Right.
people's intelligence.
Right.
Right.
We're all raised different. So,
Yeah.
You
And
know,
if this
just
ain't your
respect.
cup of tea, then again, like you probably shouldn't be in here. Like even for entertainment purposes, like because you become a part of the problem. You don't contribute any productive type wordplay whatsoever. You're just in here to rile folk up or to get your little click and entertain them with whatever bullshit you on at that particular point in time and day or of the week. And it's just like it's played out at this point, So and yeah, shop culture has always been about us as men discussing our dynamics and what we go through with women that we deal with, the women that we have dealt with, married to, however you want to look at it. We discuss those topics amongst each other. And yes, women, we've always embraced women's presence in the group because, like I was saying, we need that input. We want that input so that we can again sit down amongst each other as men and women and understand these issues, try to understand these issues, these
Yes.
deeply rooted issues.
If you're going to be open and honest,
right,
and coming to the table with something,
ego aside,
if you-
bitch assness aside, just all of that goofy shit aside,
Yes.
and just get into the root
and
of it.
really
So-
asking serious conversations.
Right.
Real quick, we have some comments.
Oh, I was gonna get to
Ken
it.
said he's gonna take a Tuesday off and get on.
Yes.
He needs to. Come on, Kenneth.
That
Come
dude
on.
is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
No,
all I
but
got.
just to wrap up what I was saying, like that, and that's we do that so that we can bridge the gap because there was some women in there talking about. I didn't know that's what this group was about. That's because, like I've been saying, y'all ain't paying attention. You pick and choose to pay attention to what you want to pay attention to. You pay attention to the fluff and the bullshit more so than the gems. We've had episodes where we've been in on then we have an episode where we went in on black men, lackluster black men at that.
Mm-hmm.
And how what we can do to be better. Like we've done all of that.
Yeah.
I don't-
see
I
one
don't-
post that's negative, and it's a group. And
Or you get dumbass commentary like, I don't watch your show.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling on yourself.
And then you got a whole conversation.
That's why you in
That
here
was
lost
funny.
looking stupid, you big dummy.
That was funny.
So, anyways, go ahead. B. I just wanted to get that out of the way.
No, that's it. And man, thank you guys for tuning in. Shop Culture, because we're gonna grow regardless.
Right.
Either you're part of it or you're not.
Peace.
Man, that's one thing
It's
about
9
me.
o'clock already?
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Hour flew by.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's call it.
Yeah. We just wanted to address the issue at hand. Like we didn't really have any
No.
topic to go in on.
So, guys, man, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, for sure.
Make sure you tell your friends. Invite. Man, people that want to actually have discussion and dialogue. Shop
Yeah.
Culture.
Like, share,
I think you
subscribe.
guys should get somebody
Hit-
from the feline fraternity.
Share,
on.
share, share.
I'll be like, hey, morning. Hey,
A
it's open.
fraternity is
Chairs open.
They
male.
not a
Get a
they-
representative.
They
I don't even know. I don't even know the
is
group.
male.
they not about that action.
I don't
They
know
are
the
not
group.
about that action.
All right, y'all.
But anyways, like, share, subscribe, hit our YouTube channel, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know every time we go live, and interact with the channel. You know, comment, like, dislike, just interact with the channel. It puts us in the algorithm to get us to a broader audience. We appreciate y'all. Be safe. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah, because we're gone for what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. We'll be back.
Yeah.
All right.
So with that being said, we
Yeah.
I'll
are
just go live in front of the window right there.
Be safe out there and stay warm.
we are gone.
Stay
All right.
blessed.
That's game.